Welcome back to Spoonie Style. My name is Melanie, your Spoonie Style guide, and welcome back to my Spoonie Cave. As usual, this is my bed in my room. I know it looks a little different. It's because we're under construction. I promise it'll be awesome. I'm so excited. I can't wait to share it with you. I think it's going to be about another 2 weeks, and I can't wait to unveil the final product. Today, we're going to discuss what we do after shopping to get our home all ready so that we can make some food and conserve some spoons. I've talked a lot about food because that's our energy and it's really important. But so many times I hear spoonies talking about having to order out or how many spoons they spend just making a meal and how exhausted they are afterwards. So I want to talk a little bit about how we can make nutritious meals but without wearing ourselves out. So some things that I found that have helped me out with that is buying a lot of food all at once and being able to split the food up into the correct sizes for meals for your family size. So we're going to talk about that. And then also we're going to talk about cooking large amounts of food all at once and then splitting that food up so that it's ready for meal sizes that are appropriate for your family. And then freezing it so that you can pull out those individual meals for your family when they're ready to eat it. And then where you can find some great recipes for your family. What you'll need in order to prepare your meals when you're ready to actually prepare the meals. So let's get to it. This is a lot of information, I know. So how do I go about it? Well, my husband gets paid once every 2 weeks. So I'm a crazy couponer. I start by sitting down with the ads, usually a day or two before he gets paid. I don't know about you, but I can't even think straight under pressure. So that's why I start a day or two in advance with all of the ads, and I get all of my coupons out, and I look through the ads, and I compare the coupons that I have on hand to the ads, and that helps me. Talked about this in my in-depth shopping um, video. Once I get all this stuff home, I'm usually wiped out. So I throw all of my meat in the fridge and I wait. Don't tell the health department people. I have a daughter who is in um, culinary school, and if she found out, she'd kill me, right? So I leave the meat in the fridge for a day or two while I stock up on my spoons, and then I lay all the meat out on the stove. And I take all the ground turkey because we don't really use ground beef a lot. I take all the ground turkey packages out, and I use a huge wok pan on all of the ground turkey in the huge wok pan, and or I have one of my children do it for me. Strategy: save those spoons. And then I take all the roast beef and I brown all of the roast beef in a crock pot because it doesn't require me to watch it, or a slow cooker, whatever you call it. And I usually take all of the chicken and I throw it in the oven and I bake all of the chicken. And any other kinds of meats that you can put in the crock pot, I put in the crock pot. I like to make refried beans. So I put the refried beans in the crock pot. This is when it's important to have more than one crock pot. I got my crock pot from a discount store for $17. See if you can find one really inexpensively. Buy one or two of them. It will help you out on your what I call bulk cooking day, right? So you just lay everything out, right? And you've got like crazy cooking going on this day. Nothing's taking a ridiculous amount of spoons because it's all stuff that you can just like boom, 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 boom. You got it all laid out and you're cooking it all at once. You've got your little minions watching it for you, whether it's your children or it's your husband, or since it's in crock pots and it's in the oven, you can sit in on the couch and rest while it's cooking. It doesn't require you to constantly watch it. Conserve spoons, right? So when it's all done, then you go back with your freezer bags and your markers and you write the date and you write what the item is. So I just made like 7 bags worth of refried beans. So I take the refried beans out, I put them into a bowl so they can cool off. And I mash them up and then I put them into the 7 bags. And then I write on there refried beans and the date. And they go into the freezer. And I have a specific bag in the freezer of meat because that's your protein. Then throw it in the meat bag, right? And I'll show you a picture of what I mean by bag. I believe I had this in my grocery shopping thing about how to make it easier for me to pull things out of the freezer. I have large canvas bags in my freezer of like foods so that I could pull the whole thing out and I'm not fiddling around in my freezer for each individual package of food, right? So then I do the same thing with my meats. Another trick that I do, okay, so I make pot roast. Make the pot roast, cut it in half. That's 2 pot roast dinners. Let the pot roast cool off. Put it in 2 separate Ziploc bags. Label it pot roast. Date it. Make pot roast for your family. Family eats pot roast. If you have leftover pot roast, then take the pot roast out of the, the pan or whatever, the serving dish. Immediately take the pot roast and then throw it into a pie dish along with some frozen vegetables, frozen stew vegetables, and pie crust. And now you have pot pie, right? Spooning strategy. You've got to be able to think outside of the box. Okay. Another thing that I do like that, on my bulk day, I make chili for 4 different nights of chili in the crock pot. Let it cool off. Put it in 3 different freezer bags. Throw it in the freezer. 3 nights of chili. Of it, I take that chili. I put it into a aluminum dish. Make cornbread. And now I have tamale pie. Tamale pie is a predominantly Mexican dish. I've seen Southerns eat it too, so if you don't know what it is, I'm sorry. So these are different recipes that if you'd like, you can email me and you can get these recipes, or you can Google them as well. You can also get these recipes off of Pinterest. I've gotten different recipes off of Pinterest as well. You can get rules on the correct ways to freeze things and things that can be made in bulk off of Pinterest. Great ideas on there. You gotta do this. It'll make your life so much easier.